Hello everyone and welcome. So in today's lesson, we are going to focus on the parts of speech again. Yes, as you know, nouns and adjectives, verbs and adverbs are parts of speech. Yes, we cannot think of English without those words or phrases. And like this, infinitives and gerunds and present participles are also the parts of the speech. As you know, verbal means the words that derived from the verbs, but they are not verbs anymore. Okay. First of all, let's take a quick at the infinitive and gerunds and then focus on present participles. Okay, let's see what they are. But, okay. Now, let's not do it like this. Let's start directly with present participles. Okay, and then we will have a quick one-page summary about infinitives and gerunds. Okay, because they are also verbals. Now, trip 6 present participles to replace clauses beginning with while, when, because, as, since, etc. Note, the subject of the main clause and the subordinate clause must be the same. For example, Eric, here are two sentences, two complete sentences with subject, verb, object. Okay. Eric was studying history. Okay. Yesterday, Eric was studying history. Let me write yesterday as well. Yesterday. Okay. It happened yesterday. He was also listening to music. Who is he? He is also Eric here. Okay. So, this is a normal sentence. It is not, or each of them is not infinitive, gerund, or participle. So Eric was studying history yesterday. He was also listening to music. There are two complete sentences here. But what about this? Eric is a music smart. Eric is an audio learner. Are you a music smart, a picture smart, or a word smart? For example, I think I am a word smart. I learn something by reading, by thinking about sentences, words, etc. So I can say that I am a word smart, word learner. Now, number one, Eric, while Eric was studying history, he was listening to music. So we have connected the two sentences here as one complete sentence. While Eric was studying history, he was listening to music. Number two, now this is the short form. While studying history, Eric was listening to music. Okay, this is also possible. And as you know, as a general rule, after while, what, before, after, we also use verb ing. While studying history, Eric was listening to music. Now, this part of speech is it noun, verb, or adverb? So Eric was listening to music. When was he listening to music? While studying history. Yes, this is called adverb. Okay, because it is the answer of the question why, when, sorry. So adverbial clause of time. Studying history, Eric was listening to music. Yes, studying history, Eric was listening to music. This is called as part of a speech, as part of English speaking. This is called present participle. Again, Studying history, Eric was listening to music. Again, this is called adverb. Okay. When was Eric listening to music? Studying history, Eric was listening to music. Not studying geography, not studying mathematics, but studying history, Eric was listening to music. This is called present participle in English. Okay, yes, let's remember the learning style. Theory. According to the theory of multiple intelligences, Eric is a musical learner. Okay, musical learner or a music smart. Yes, there are other learning ways. Learning something new occurs by means of these ways. So bodily kinesthetic for somebody may be bodily kinesthetic learner or kinesthetic smart, special smart, or intrapersonal smart, interpersonal smart, linguistic smart. Yes, I think I am a linguistic smart or linguistic learner. So there is a linguistic learning way, logical or mathematical learning. Naturalist is somebody's naturalist. He has a natural learning style and musical learning style. Okay. For example, I am a logic smart. This is how I study. How do you study? Yes, he is a logical learner or logic learner as also possible. Yes. Now here, yes, a quick one-page summary about verbals. Yes, you know this, in fact. Infinitives. For example, to walk along the narrow path is enjoyable. We have studied them in the past, and of course, we will again study them in the future in advanced level. We will also we will also talk about those verbals, but now let's just remember what we did in the past. To walk along the narrow path is enjoyable, but in short, the most common way is like this. It is enjoyable. It is adjective. It is enjoyable to walk along the narrow path. Yes. Or it is nice to walk along the narrow path. This is the most common way of expressing the same message. It's nice to meet you. It's just like it is nice to meet you. Okay. Or to meet you is nice. Instead of saying to meet you is nice, although it is 100% true, it is nice to meet you. Yes, just like it is enjoyable to talk along the narrow path. Yes. What else is enjoyable to do? It's enjoyable to watch a cartoon film, for example. It's enjoyable to watch a cartoon film. Okay, gerund, let's remember it in one sentence. Walking along the narrow path is enjoyable. Just like to walk along the narrow path is enjoyable, we can also say walking along the narrow path is enjoyable. Now, to walk and walking are nouns that they are derived from verb, yes. But here we use them as a noun. Walking along the narrow path is enjoyable, but the most common way is this. It's enjoyable to walk along the narrow path. This is not our subject today, but let's make one more sentence. What else is enjoyable? It's enjoyable to watch a cartoon film. Yes. Okay, now let's focus on the participle, present participle. For example, walking along the path, Keloğlan was singing a song. When was Keloğlan singing a song? Walking along the path, Keloğlan was singing a song. Oh, it's clear now. Yes, so walking along the path is an adverb here. Okay, adverb clause of time. It is the answer of the question when. Okay, but in short, it's also possible like this, and it's very practical. Walking along the path, Keloğlan was singing a song. Now question, the dialogue one, while Keloğlan was walking along the narrow path, he was singing a song. What did he notice? What did he notice when he approached the windmill? When he approached the windmill, when he came near the windmill, he noticed the old miller. Yeah, this is the old miller. He noticed, he recognized, okay? He was aware of the old miller. He noticed the old miller. Now, do you see the parallel lines here? They happen, both actions, both events happen parallel to each other, along with each other. Why, for example, in the first line, while Keloğlan was walking, while in this line, while Keloğlan was walking along the narrow path, he was singing a song. This is the second action, okay? He was singing a song. But what happened here, for example, at a definite point, at a certain point, when he approached, he noticed the old miller. Okay. Now, dialogue 2, walking along the narrow path, Keloğlan was singing a song. What did he notice when approaching the windmill? Yes, when he was approaching, or while he was approaching the windmill, while approaching the windmill, he noticed the old miller, the owner of the mill, windmill. Okay, dialogue 3, having approached, or this is also possible, yes, perfect form. Having approached, okay, having approached the windmill, he noticed the miller yesterday. When did the miller took all Keloğlan's flour? The miller took all Keloğlan's flour when he made a loaf of bread. A large loaf of bread. Now, dialogue 4, while the teacher was presenting the lesson about animal world, yes, what did he do? While he was presenting the lesson about animal world, he opened a bag, okay? While doing something, he did a certain thing. He opened a bag. What did he do while he was leaving the classroom? So, while he was leaving the classroom, he said goodbye, boys. He said goodbye. 5, because Dr. Brady is very old, he cannot go to the hospital alone. Why does Peter take Dr. Brady to the hospital regularly? Being a doctor, yes, being a doctor, because Peter is a doctor, or being a doctor, Peter takes Dr. Brady to hospital regularly, or being a neighbor of the old man, why does take Dr. Brady to the hospital regularly? Yes, being a neighbor of Dr. Brady, Peter takes him to the hospital regularly. Being very old, Dr. Brady cannot go to the hospital alone. This is the situation of Dr. Brady. Why does Peter take Dr. Brady to the hospital regularly? Being his neighbor, Peter takes Dr. Brady to the hospital regularly. Being Mr. Brady's good neighbor, Peter takes him to the hospital regularly. Why does Peter enjoy helping, benefiting his neighbors? Being positive, yes, because he is positive, or having positivity, or because he always acts positively, or always acting positively, Peter enjoys helping his neighbors, being helpful, being beneficial to his neighbors. Or benefiting is also possible, benefiting his neighbors, not benefiting from, but benefiting somebody. Now, assert yourself is a nice expression. You can get the meaning of it if you concentrate on those sentences about it. Assert yourself also means insist that, okay? Insist that you will do it. Claim that you can do it. Claim to do it. Yes, claim to do it. Be insistent that you will do it. Be assertive that you will do it, or be assertive as an adjective, be assertive to do it. So it means assert yourself. Now, because or as, since Necdet is a sociable person, he always expresses himself and his feelings easily. So, being a sociable person, Necdet always expresses himself and his feelings easily. Okay. Yes, assert yourself. Why? Because you need it. You need to assert yourself. 8, being a sociable person. Being a sociable person, Necdet always expresses his ideas and feelings easily. Why did he wait for a long time during the second interview? So, spending a long time for the previous interview, he waited for a long time during the second interview. Or, having spent a long time for the previous interview, he waited for a long time during the second interview. Dialogue 9A. Not knowing what to do, or not having known what to do, Necdet waited patiently. Why didn't you contact me yesterday? So, not knowing your phone number, okay? Not knowing your phone number, I didn't contact you yesterday. Or not having known your phone number, I didn't contact you yesterday. 10, not having a mobile phone, also possible. Not having a mobile phone yesterday, I could not contact you yesterday. Why couldn't you send me an email? Wanting to speak about it face to face, I couldn't send you, or I didn't send you an email. Okay. Or not knowing your email address. Not knowing your email address, I couldn't send you an email yesterday. Now, having tidied her room, Semra left. Yes. When did Semra leave? Semra left the room after he tidied her room, or after he had tidied her room. Yes. Or in short, having tidied her room, Semra left. Let's take a look at the explanation or the full form in the quotation, in quotes, the sentence in the quotes. After Semra tidied or had tidied her room, she left. Okay. Tidying her room, Semra left. Or Having tidied her room, Semra left. When did she meet her grandmother? Yes, having left the house, she met her grandmother. Okay. Leaving her house, she met her grandmother yesterday. After Semra has tidied her room, she sleeps. Or having tidied her room, she goes to bed every night. Or after Semra tidies her room, she sleeps. Tidying her room, she goes to bed every night. Yes. Having had his breakfast, do you see the completion here? Yes, it is the nature of perfect situations. So this is perfect participle. Having had his breakfast, John went to work. Having painted the picture, my daughter smiled. Yes. What did she do having smiled? Having smiled, she looked at me, or she took the picture of the picture she has just made. Now, having been tidied, the room looked pleasant. This is very complex for now because we haven't studied passive, but just with one page, let's remember and let's think about it. Having been tidied, so we remember the room. The room comes to our mind, the object, okay? Having been tidied, the room looked pleasant. After the room had been tidied by Ahmed, for example, it looked pleasant. Being tidied, or present participle, being tidied, the room looked pleasant. When did the car look pleasant? Being washed, the car looked pleasant. Or having been washed, the car looked pleasant. This is the passive voice. This is the passive structure. Yes, we will study it more and more. And just after this video, we will start for the first time the passive voice. Okay, the passive structures in English. Okay, 13a. Having written the project, Naci gave it to his teacher with joy. Yes, do you see the perfection here, completion here? Having written the project, Naci gave it to his teacher with joy. Why was the reporter quiet? Why was the reporter quiet? Having written the report, yes, having written the report, the reporter was quite happy. Why was the film star quite happy? Having acted in such a quality film, the star was quite happy. Now let's take a look at the sentence in parentheses, in brackets. Having been written, the project was given to the teacher. Yeah, passive again. Having been written, the project was given to the teacher. Okay, the image says maybe we should talk. Okay, as you know, we report what we are told. Yes, as you know, we report, we give the messages completely what we are told. As you know, we report what we are told. As you know, we answer what we are asked. Having asked lots of questions, the reporter was quite happy. Having been asked lots of questions, The film star was quite happy. When or why was Selman happy? Selman having won the medal. Yes, having won the medal, Selman was happy. Okay. Now, Selman went to the cinema to see the latest cartoon film because he was impressed by the advertisements. Okay. Roman number one, impressed by the advertisements, Selman went to the cinema to see the latest cartoon film. So we should put uh, who he was here. Yes, instead of he, yes, Selman. Impressed by because Selman was impressed by the advertisement and he went to the cinema. Okay, so impressed by the advertisements, Selman went to cinema to see the latest cartoon, Kung Fu Panda, for example. Roman number two, being impressed by the advertisements, being impressed by the advertisements, Selman went to see the latest cartoon film. What about the third? Having been third one, yes. Having been impressed by the advertisement, I think this is the best about expressing a past event or situation. Yes. Having been impressed by the advertisements, Selman went to the cinema to see, to view, to watch the latest cartoon film. Okay. Now quiz time. Tour 6, trip 6. Question 1. Celine belonged to the library. She belonged there every Friday morning. Celine has gone, yes. Celine has gone to the library. Now she is not at home. She goes there every Friday morning. This is her routine. Okay. Second question. We blanked the holiday enormously, even though the weather blanked disappointing. Okay, I think it's better to see from the key and to see why that answer is true. Celine has gone, yes, this one. We, for example, we enjoyed the holiday enormously, even though the weather was disappointing. Yes, all completely about the past. Okay. 3, we blank once a long time ago, but I blank. So we met once a long time ago, but I don't think she will remember me. Yes, we met once in the past, a long time ago, but I don't think she will remember me. For the 19th century, American novelist Herman Melville blank several novels, but only one of them blank a classic, that is Moby Dick. So wrote several novels, but only one of them has become, yes, a classic so far. The last one, as we blank our plans for the weekend, my brother blank to say he wanted to come round to visit, to pop in, to drop in, to come round. Okay. As we were making our plans for the weekend, my brother called to say, telephoned to say he wanted to come round. Now let's focus on vocabulary. To weather the storm. Yes, as a verb. To weather the storm. It's a verb. Experience a difficult period and reach the end of it without being harmed or damaged too much. Selim experienced the difficulty in finding a job. How do you think he weathered the storm? And how do you think he dealt with it? Okay. He wanted help from a friend. He wanted help from a friend, so he weathered the storm. He found a job. Okay, relieve as a verb, to raise someone out of danger or from a specific difficulty, etc. Elevate someone, lift up someone, or elevate is enough, alleviate or elevate. Ease, okay, as a verb. Selim relieved the difficulty. Yes. What do you think? What do you think will follow this relief? Yeah, it is natural that after relief comes grief, and after grief comes relief again. These are the rhythms of life. Break means if news about an important event breaks, it becomes known. If you break or tell unpleasant news to somebody, you tell it to them. Okay. The news that the singer lost her voice, the news that the singer lost her voice broke last night. Who broke that news? Who broke that news to her family first? Murat broke that news to her family first. Yes. As the second meaning, tell. Break means tell unpleasant news to somebody. Okay, give on to means if a window, door, or building gives into a particular place, it leads to that place, or you can see that place from it. Open in the direction of something. Give on to. This road gives on to means leads to. Yes. Leads to. Or yes, gives on to Gimat. Where else does it also give on to? It also gives on to Bağlarbaşı. Does your balcony give on to a forest or a lake? It gives on to a forest. Yes, it opens in the direction of a forest. Self-sufficient as an adjective, being able to provide all the things you need without help from other people. If you keep chickens for fresh eggs, and if you grow fruit and vegetables, you can be considered as self-sufficient. How else can you be considered as self-sufficient on a small island? Yes, if you plant fruit trees, and you can pick the fruits of those trees. You can be considered as self-sufficient. Imaginative is a nice adjective. Imaginative means inventive, good at thinking of new and interesting ideas, or able to think of new, different, or interesting ideas. Ahmed is an imaginative person. Means inventive person. He is good at thinking of new and interesting ideas, and Ahmed is able to think of new, different, or interesting ideas. Yes, I think this must be a way of acquiring vocabulary. We can also produce sentences by using the explanation of the words, of the new words. Yes, passionate. Passionate is an adjective. Someone who has a passionate believes something very strongly. If you are passionate about something, you like it a lot. Yes, passionate about. Okay. Murat is passionate about learning foreign languages. Dedicated is adjective. Someone who is dedicated works very hard at what they do because they care a lot about it. Hardworking, industrious, yes, dedicated person, industrious person, hardworking person. Okay. Musa is imaginative. He can think of new and interesting ideas. Yakup is passionate. What can he do? Yakup can write stories very well. He is passionate about, Yakup is passionate about writing stories. Can you consider Ali as dedicated? Yes, we should know that we can use as before adjectives. Can you consider Ali as dedicated? What can he do? Yes, we can consider Ali as dedicated, as hardworking. He can fix all the broken things at home. Does Musa, Yakup, or Ali tend to be a composer? All of them are imaginative. All of them are passionate about doing something interesting, new. So, but in my opinion, Yakup tends to be a composer because he is passionate about music. Okay. Yasin developed a passionate interest in Turkish classical art music. Who developed a passionate interest in folk music? Yakup has developed a passionate interest, not interested, interest in folk music. Who is passionate about? Yes, we should know it. Passionate about, to be passionate about, to be interested in. Who is passionate about composing music? Yakup is passionate about composing music pieces. Hectic means very busy or full of activity. Latif had a hectic week. Okay, busy week. Did Zia have a hectic day or hectic schedule last week? Yes, Zia had a hectic day last week. Okay. Or yes, Zia had a hectic schedule last week. How many hectic days did you spend last month? I spent about 20 hectic days last month. Who was busy with answering the phones yesterday? Nurhan was busy with answering the phones yesterday. Specialize in something, specialize in a field. Limit all or most of your study, business, etc. to a particular subject or activity. A. Salih wants to specialize in sustainable buildings. Who wants to specialize in sustainable energy? Tahsin Bey wants to specialize in sustainable energy. Okay, assist or help someone to do something. Make it easier for someone to do something. Give somebody a hand, lend a hand. Assist somebody with or in something is also possible. Yusuf is supposed to assist you with your project on cultural diversity. Who is supposed to assist Yusuf in his project on sustainable living? Yes, his neighbor Yakub Bey is supposed to assist Yusuf in his project on sustainable living. Yes, get through something means succeed in an examination or competition, use up or finish, deal with a difficult or unpleasant experience, or to help someone do this. Okay, they will get through English when they are in England. When will they get through Italian? They will get through Italian they will get through, they will deal with Italian successfully when they are in Italy. How will they get through 3 foreign languages? They will get through 3 foreign languages by studying, speaking a lot. Okay. Tribulation means intense time of trouble and persecution. The tribulation reveals or uncovers, shows, unveils what is what, who is who. Be in harmony with is a beautiful expression. If people are living in harmony with each other, they are living together peacefully rather than fighting or arguing. Yes, be in harmony with means also accord, compatibility, concord, consensus, consistency, cooperation, correspondence, empathy, balance, agree with another idea, feeling, etc., or look good with other things. Yes, keep fit means to exercise for physical fitness. Manage means to handle, to control, educate, yes, train, discipline, channelize, manage, control. If children live in harmony with the nature, they develop mentally well. How else do they develop? If they live in harmony with the nature, if they live in coherence with the nature. They also develop psychologically, spiritually, if children live in harmony with the nature. Now, physical fitness. We have to keep fit physically. How else do we keep? How else do we have to keep fit besides doing physical exercises? We have to keep fit mentally, emotionally, and ethically. What about physical therapy? Yes, we have to keep fit physical therapy as well. If somebody knows his or her place, they respect the places of other people. What may happen if somebody doesn't know his or her place? Of course, the opposite happens. If somebody doesn't know his or her place, they don't respect the places of other people. Transgress is a negative, has a negative meaning. Commit, yes, not perform, not apply, but commit an offense, commit a sin, or to sin, to exceed, to overstep some limit. Yes, transgress. Managing love, we do not fall in love. According to the experts, we do not fall in love. On the contrary, love falls in our heart. That's why we have to manage, channelize love. But how and why shall we manage love? Yes, and of course, they also say that we shall manage love by not ignoring it or by not escaping from it, but by carrying it to the best, to the most beautiful, the most deserving one. Okay. So thank you very much. I hope it was useful. Of course, we will talk about those verbals as infinitive, gerund, and participle in the advanced level harmony 3 as well. But it's good news now that after this video, we will start the passive voice. Okay. So thank you for everything and goodbye. See you next time.